Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. What he did, what Sean Diddy Combs did, anyone with slave blood, slave DNA running through them would do. Anyone that came into money the way he came into money, he was a billionaire. I mean, they inflate their wealth, but let's say he was a billionaire. Anyone who looks like him would do exactly what he did. Okay, when you hear of Africa and the kings and the queens, oh, you came from kings or you came from queens, any of them who had that sort of rule and power and money, that's what they did. So be careful when you're saying, oh, you came from royalty. That's what they do. This is who they are. They want to make you one in their harem. They want to have all the young girls in a village and they can pick and choose as they like. Now, what Cassie standing or sitting on the witness stand and talking about what she went through with him, P. Diddy, when she was with him, what she is saying is just the tip of the iceberg. She is not going to tell you everything that happened to her. She had to medicate for her to partake in the events that he held. She had to be highly medicated, and she has said that, okay? And when she has lucid moments, it's not only watery stuff that was poured on her. It's not only that, all kinds of stuff that should be coming out of the body was on her, rubbed on her, whatever. She went through so much that her brain will make her forget. She is married now, she's having children, and she's having to relive the time that she was with him. So when you see his face, what do you think? You think about the women who had children from him? That's what you think of? You think about J-Lo? Maybe J-Lo comes up? Yeah, you think about her? And was she in any of those freak-offs? Was she part of that? And then you have to look at everyone in the industry that become wealthy. Do you know anyone in the industry who has become wealthy? And what did they have to go through? All the initiations and everything they have to go through to get to where they are. Do you care? No, you don't care. Just as long as the money is flowing, you don't care. Now, what Cassie is doing is showing up all of these, like, well, in Barbados, broke guys call themselves playboys. They may be just getting a salary and they're feeling good with themselves. They call themselves a playboy. They're just misogynist. It's just another word, for a misogyny. They call themselves playboys and they're living off the women. Usually a playboy, a real playboy will have money, like millions of dollars to, dine and wine out a female. That is not what is happening in Barbados. But they call themselves playboys. They're misogynists. But what you're seeing playing out here with her is like Beauty and the Beast. There are a lot of fairy tales that deal with a beauty and a beast. And what the beauty has to hope is that the monster does not come out. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to live under that fear, under that threat? You have to hope that everything you do is going to keep him in his place, keep him cool and calm. Is that your job? Is that why you were born? To keep an old man cool and calm? The monster in that beast does not show up. She's not going to tell you everything. People are, well, here in America, people are looking at that particular set of news and that court drama. They are turning everything off, and this is what's in the news. This is the news right now. P. Diddy and his trial, and they're saying that he looks unrecognizable. That's what they're saying. He looks unrecognizable. That's what they're saying. Without his people doing his hair, coloring his hair, and whatever else he was doing when he was out and about. Now that he's behind bars, he is unrecognizable in the courtroom. That is what is being said out here in the media. Now, like I said, and I keep saying to you, what he did is actually normal. When you give people power and money is power. When you give people power, this is how they behave. This is how they behave. They all behave that way. It's his turn now. Right now, it's his turn. It's like, what did they do? They put names in the bag and they shake it up and they pull out a name. His name came up. But there are turns that other people are going to have. His turn is now. Other people's turns will come up in the future. Their future days to bring down people, especially if you have that slave DNA associated with you. You cannot be that powerful. They will give it to you for a while, just a little while. But so that you know what they want you to say, well, if you dream hard enough or work hard enough, you could become just like me. No, you can't dream and work hard enough to become a billionaire. They have to allow it. And after a while, you start stealing money. They're giving you money. You're not working. You cannot work to become a billionaire. Okay, you cannot work to become a billionaire. You have to employ slaves. And after a while, I said it before, the money is just thrown at you. You're just taking money from people after a while. That's how it works, okay? But then the authorities will move in after a while and stop you if you look like him. But you look like him, okay? So who do you know that has millions that is part of the entertainment industry, this particular industry, this dirty industry, and then do you think that they are as pure as the driven snow? You think that they didn't have to undergo what Cassie went through? You think they didn't have to do what she did to have what did she want from it? What did she get from it? Did she get a house, a nice car? Is she set for life? What did she get from it? What did she get from calling herself his woman? What did she get from it? I'm telling you, here to tell you, any guy who has money, when you look at the woman next to him, just give her your condolences. Just give her your condolences, because a man is only faithful based on, his options. If there's nothing to choose from, you can get away with thinking, okay, he's just with me, But when a guy has options and money gives that guy plenty of options. Whoever he chooses to say, well, you're the one that I'm going to go to, functions with, and you're the one I'm going to put my face next to you in public or whatever. And when you see that you're the one that he has chosen, just give the person your sympathy, your condolences, because they are being run through the whatever. They're being run over. Okay? And you don't know the amount of stuff that they ingest just to show up every day, just to pretend, just to bear it, just to take it. You do not understand the person that you may have known as a young child, a teenager coming, that person is gone. They move that person aside. That person is gone. You're looking at a zombie. Okay? But by the time you get with someone like him, you're gonna have to, he will be nice for a couple weeks, just a couple weeks. But his billions and his multi-millions will make the beast in him come out real soon, and he's gonna have enough money, change, to send her a Gucci bag or a Gucci chain or whatever to soothe her when that tonic state comes in when you are so shocked at what is being suggested, and you're so shocked at what you are being made to do. When you are in that state, that's when a little money is thrown at you to calm you down. But she's not going to tell all, no matter what she says on the witness stand. Okay, this woman here, she cannot tell it all. Most of it, her brain has locked away in a secret compartment. And what she does remember, she will be too ashamed to say. She would tell the prosecutor behind closed doors. The judge and the prosecutor would know things behind the scene. But it's not going to be made public. She's not going to say it when she's on the witness stand, because then you will have to ask a question. Are you human, Cassie? Are you human? Okay? When you get with the monsters that have all that money, you're going to have to decide whether you want to be a human being or if you want to devolve into just a subspecies. Because what people like him do, they create people. He was making her over. You have to remove who she really was and make her over in his image. That's what they do. They make you over in what they want you to be, and what they want you to take, and what they want you to keep secret about, and what they want you to be able to come out, still looking good. They don't want you to look pulled down, but you're replaceable. I think you know that. But they want to hold on to you as long as possible so that they can show the public, hey, I'm not such a bad guy. She stayed with me. I'm not such a bad person. I've been married 30 years, I'm not such a bad person. I've been this and this and that and blah, blah. Yeah, they are beasts. And the monster is just there. The money pulls out that monster quickly. And you see how replaceable you are, how disposable you are. Quickly, when there's money behind someone who looks like that. Okay, so you have to be able to discern. Live your life. Whatever you want, you provide. Whatever you want, talk to the ladies. Whatever you want, make sure you are able to provide. Okay, anytime you get with a beast, you're going to be living on eggshells. You're going to have to try to. You'll probably be praying that his mom was a good mother and raised him well with the domestication process and that kind of stuff. You shouldn't have to live like that. No one should have to live like that. Okay? Men want children because they want boys. Men want you to bear their children, and they're hoping that it's a boy. It's a boy to continue that subjugation of the woman. They don't like you. Men don't like you. Men don't like women. Okay, I hate to say, but they're just a different type of species. They just can't like you. They just like what you bring to the table. They may like how you smell or whatever. But you as a woman, as a worthy equal being, worthy equal partner. They don't like that. They don't want that. They don't want that. Okay, so he tried his best to make her over in his image, and all the drugs and everything else that she was taking to soothe the pain. Whoever she is came back on board, and now he's dealing with it. He has to deal with it because Cassie's there again. Cassie's back on the scene again, and she is saying, hey, young girls, be careful with the guys with money. This is what you're going to be faced with. This is what you're going to be faced with. It happens each and every time. It happens each and every time. If a man has a whole lot of money, he has options, and a man is only faithful based on his lack of options or his options. And if they have money and have options, it's over. When a man has money, even when they're poor, dirt poor, they're still going out there trying to do something when they have a good woman at the house. They're still trying to do something. So they always think that they have options. Guys always think that they have options, okay? So you know where you stand. You know where you stand, okay? And if you're going to wait until he gets really old and bedridden just to say, well, he's not cheating on me anymore, who does that? Who does that? Who waits for someone to become bedridden and like close to death, and you're just there in your prime, you know, in like 40s or whatever, and you're thinking, well, I don't have to worry about him cheating on me anymore. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.